I'll get to that, but funny enough, my parents were actually a bit iffy about me going over Vegas because I was still like 21. I still live at I still live at home now, but I was living at home and that. So we sorted my travel insurance and that. And Mum's like, your travel insurance doesn't cover COVID. And I was like, Mum, like it's fine. Like,
You're
fuck, I
like,
said
but
a
it's
word. Hopefully we don't
Vegas.
get a strike. I'm like, Mum, but it's Vegas, so like surely we're gonna get the opportunity for it. Like I can't say no. She's like, yeah, right. She's like, just be careful over there. And I was like, yeah, sweet. So then when we got the news, honestly, it was that night and the whole next day. I wasn't even worried about the virus. I was like, man, I have to ring my mum and tell her what she didn't want to happen. Like, bro, I was shitting it. Hey, like, I was terrified. Obviously, in my head, I was playing out like they're gonna be filthy. But as soon as I told them, they just went. They didn't care. They were just like straight worry mode, which is as expected from parents. But my actual experience was I must say I must have been fairly lucky. I was fairly asymptomatic. Like honestly, when we first got there, I had a lot of congestion and stuff. That was just from the flight, desert air cons, and everything like that. But when it was funny. The day a few of us got sort of told we had it was the day I felt the best. We sparred the day before, all my sinuses and stuff cleared out. I'm like, man, I'm feeling good. This is great, like great energy the whole fight week. Things are going great. Then we got the news, and then I'm not sure how many days into it when we were at the hotel, but then Volko started to get sick. I had some fatigue, some tiredness. About 3 days, I was sleeping around 11, 12 hours a night. I'd do a few laps around the car park, then I'd have to go back, have a sleep during the day. End up losing the taste and the smell. But to be honest, that was the worst of it. Like, very, very mild symptoms. Like, it wasn't that bad. I've honestly, back in January, I had a worse flu. But then again, I was taking it. I was fairly lucky with that sort of case. And then you go to someone like Volko, who just, he got, as ever saw, he got fucking rattled by it. I remember there was one morning where we came in and Geordie was there and he had this oxygen thing to take his oxygen levels and his levels got pretty low at night. And we're like, bro, if the levels get that low again, you need to go to hospital. Like, it's not worth a risk sort of thing. Don't like, obviously he's trying to be a tough guy and everything like he was. He was pretty stubborn about it. Fair play to him, but man, I remember we walked into one of his rooms and I saw him and he looks like death, bro. He looked like a zombie, and that's when I was like, fuck, man, this is serious. And then we were in his room chatting, and he was laying down on his bed, and then he sort of scudded up onto the bedboard to talk to us. Then about 5 minutes later, he's like, just lets out a big sigh and just goes back, lays down in bed. So that you have a world champ 1 week ago in the best shape of his life, prepping for the fight of his life, sort of thing. And then a week later, he can't even sit up on a bed rest for too long. So at that point, I was like, fuck, man, like I'm lucky with how my symptoms are progressed and how I feel right now. But to see it affect someone like as fit, as healthy, and strong as him was real eye opening. And that was the sort of that at that point was when it was scary when he sort of then you sort of saw the coughing up blood. And at that point, we're like, bro, let's just get you to a hospital, get you the proper care, get everything you need because like this shit isn't a joke. Like as much as you want to be like, oh, big macho tough man about it, like at the end of the day, it's the world's probably deadliest virus for a reason. It's killing a lot of people, even though people are gonna have sort of mixed beliefs in it. I've experienced it firsthand. I've seen one of my closest mates experience firsthand in pretty much the shape of his life, and I've seen how bad it rocked him. So that was a very eye-opening experience where you come in and you see him like, oh, I haven't slept all night. I've had fevers, I've had sweats, I've been coughing up blood, been coughing up green shit. I struggle to breathe, I don't have energy to do anything. So like a terrible list of symptoms. So that part was freaky. Obviously, he got to the hospital, he got on the mend. Now he's recovered, he's fine from it. But that actual experience of seeing it and being firsthand there was pretty daunting.
And was it a case that they separated you? Like I mean, first of all, how many people in your camp got the Crown Lagers?
Four.
Four. So was it a case then that they went, okay, you four have got the crowns, we'll put you in the same room so at least you can keep an eye on each other, or did they separate all four of you because they're like, we need to isolate you from each other?
Yeah, they separated us all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
you're basically in a room by yourself, just not even kind of knowing what's going on with the rest of the guys at the
Yeah,
time.
so we were all on the same floor, so we were lucky enough that we were able to check in on each other and that sort of thing, just because obviously, like, you want to make sure, so we're always shooting the messages, or just pop our head around, like, into each other's room, see how we're doing. And first 2 days, we're all pretty, like, fuck, it sucks, but at least we're healthy, get over this, get back to it straight away. Like, rebook the fight, couple months' time, perfect opportunity. And then Volko went down, and that's when, like, oh shit, things are starting to get serious.